Hello and welcome back over to 306 Barbecue in downtown Florence. Be sure and join us each and every week for the UNA lunch hour. Next week it'll be a full football hour. Then the week after that we'll be back with the Lions Athletic Club 11 to noon. If you can't join us, hopefully you can join us every week on Twitter or Facebook. Hopefully we can keep this streaming going. We're catching up now with volleyball coach Tristan Johnson, coming off of a 3-0 sweep against Jacksonville, 2-1 the previous weekend since we talked to you last at Central Arkansas, and also the big win at Alabama. Volleyball's been riding high right now, Coach. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Yeah, thanks for having me. This is a great setup. Glad we got the live stream going. So yeah, doing good. Just excited for the weekend. It's a big weekend for us coming up. So putting in a lot of work.
First time we've chatted with you since that 3-0 sweep against Alabama. And what was most impressive to me was set one, we won pretty convincing fashion. Set two, it felt like it was about to slip away. Set three, we had to rally. Every time it felt like Alabama was seizing control, your team had a response.
Yeah, I told the girls when it was over that may have been the thing that was the most impressive to me, was that all three sets were won in different fashion, right? To your point, the first one at one point I think we were up 14-9 and we maintained that lead throughout the entire set. Set two, we missed 7 serves, which has plagued us a little bit this year, and we're able to find a way to climb back into it and still stay within striking distance, and then at the end play very clean to win the set. And then the third set, we were down 14-6, I think, and went on an 11-0 run. So, again, all three of those, you go from being up to being high air to being down. I thought it was a good show of maturity for the team to have to find a way to battle against, obviously, a very, very talented group.
Coach Johnson, speaking of maturity, I mean, it was a big win for those seniors to beat Alabama and to have that feeling, to know that feeling, to get that type of win. And for the freshmen, a lot to be excited about moving forward. But now, more importantly, you've won 4 of the last 5. You're going into conference play, like Ben said, riding high, coming off that win off Jacksonville. I guess talk about just how that momentum feels. I guess Alabama was kind of the sparking point of that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was. I mean, I think going into Central Arkansas, we were still riding a little high. They played extremely well. They play in a hostile environment in their gym with the space and stuff like that, and they played extremely well. So, I think it was a lot of fun. I was really happy for the girls. You spoke to that, Mike, about the seniors and even the freshmen. I mean, that's a memory they'll get to have forever, and I think that part was really neat for me to get to experience that with them. I think that, to me, is the biggest takeaway, is they'll get to enjoy that moment forever. And so in coming off of that, I think the momentum of that, I think we finally have settled into a little bit of a lineup. For anyone that's followed us a little bit throughout the year, we played a lot of different lineups all the way up until we played Jacksonville State in our tournament, and I think getting into that 5-1 has kind of gotten us into a little bit more of a groove, a little bit more, just more predictable in a sense, where the girls aren't wondering every day who's going to do what. So I think that's helped a lot with us just finding a little bit more of a mellow place to be.
The standout throughout all of this has been Reese Ricketts. She's front runner right now for ASUN Freshman of the Year. You talked to me about her last spring, and what's impressive is she just continues to do it week after week, and she's not an unknown commodity now.
Yeah, it was funny after we beat Alabama. I had a couple come up to me, and they were both Alabama fans, and they said, "Man, who is that girl that just keeps getting everything off the floor? It's like she's peeling the paint off the floor to dig the ball." And they were referring to Reese. And I said, "Yeah, she's a freshman." And their eyes got huge. They were like, "Oh my gosh!" I mean, I think she had 15 kills and 17 digs in that match, over 5 kills a set and 5 digs a set against an SEC opponent. So, just obviously, as I've said before, just been really, really pleased with her effort. And, it hasn't been easy for her. I mean, a lot has been asked of her as a true freshman. I mean, that's a pretty tall task to be able to carry the load she's carrying, but she's handled it really well and, been just a solid rock throughout it. So she's definitely helping us out.
Reese had 12 kills against Jacksonville in the last outing. Brenna Teets with 13. Elif with 32 assists. I mean, getting that production, too, from your top players like that, Brenna and Elif had to feel pretty good, too.
Yeah, I've been really pleased with Alif. I mean, if you followed us over the last 2 years, she's been here with me the entire time I've been here, and this year she's really taken a step up in terms of leadership on and off the court, and has really done a nice job of solidifying herself in this role, being a senior. We talked a lot about what she wanted out of this last year. Same thing with Brenna. We talked a lot after the conference tournament last year about what she wanted out of this year being her final year, and she worked really hard in the spring, worked extremely hard over the summer, and I think it's paying dividends for her, and it's showing. I mean, I think that's, when you lose players like we did last year, people are going to have to step up that are still around, and I think Brenna and Alif have both done that, and it's been just a great thing to see from both of them.
Look at what's coming up. Big weekend. Eastern
Massive.
Kentucky was
Yeah.
one of the other upstart teams
Yeah.
in the league last year alongside us. Bellarmine's been good. They've got a great head coach in Rick Nold, who's been at Auburn and Jacksonville State previously. Just give us how tough it's going to be.
Yeah, need everyone to come out on Friday and Sunday, that's for sure. I mean, last year EKU got third. We split with them. We beat them here. They beat us there. They went 5. Both of them actually went 5 with Lipscomb last weekend, who arguably is one of the better teams. They were picked to win the league. So a big weekend, a massive weekend for us as we look to move through ASUN play. Being able to win on the road, beating Jacksonville on the road. I told the girls wins on the road are ginormous in league play, but being able to protect home court is just as big or probably bigger. So, need a big crowd this weekend. Really would love for as many people as we can to get out Friday night and Sunday afternoon because both will be challenging matches against good teams. To your point, the EKU coach was coach of the year last year and bring back most of their starters. And to your point about Rick at Bellarmine, he was been at Auburn, Jacksonville State. He does a really nice job with the players that he has. So a tall task for us, but something that I'm excited about given the momentum we have moving into the weekend.
Yeah, it's 2 really huge matches. And just a little side note, Ben, I don't know if we've talked about it yet for our people here and for the people listening or watching on Twitter and Facebook. Hurricane Helene victims, obviously, a very tragic thing that happened in the East Tennessee region and in North Carolina at both volleyball games, the soccer matches, and the football game this weekend. There will be bins where people can bring certain things to donate to those folks. And I believe Central Fire Department is the one that's going to drive it all up to those regions. Tree Pros also helping out with that. So another reason to come to the volleyball match, help support that cause. I think there's certain, canned food items, those type of things. All that information's on our Twitter page, but another good reason to come out.
2 chances to catch UNA volleyball this weekend. Friday, 6 p.m., Sunday, 1 p.m. Let's get good crowds over at the bank. And, Coach, best of luck. 2 tough tests.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the time.
It's UNA head volleyball coach Tristan Johnson.